Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Marie Jones, and this is Semira Forky, and we are on Rhythm and Views. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for being here with me today. I know that you're in a rush. She is getting ready to get on her flight to Germany. You can see her outfit that she has on. So I know you're in a rush. You have to be at the airport in about 30 minutes or less. So we'll try to get you through this. But I really appreciate you being here with me. So you're a German citizen, right?
Yes, I am.
And you were born and raised where? What city in Germany?
It's called Göttingen. It's in the north of Germany. It's really small, little town.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So some of our listeners and viewers might be wondering, well, how can she have the skin color that she is? That's not what I typically see when I think of German people.
Yeah, that's true.
So
my dad is from Eritrea, like your mom.
Yes, Northeast Africa as a country.
Right. And but there was a big war, so my dad got shot, and then they sent him to Germany to stay with your mom.
Right.
On the base in Frankfurt. And after your parents left, he decided to stay because he met my mom. I don't know if that was the reason or he just liked it in Germany, but he stayed. And so he became a German citizen, and then it was me one day.
Right. So yes, her father and my mother are siblings, and I was raised in Germany because my father is American. He was in the military army, so I'm an army brat. And your dad, he came and he lived with us for a little while, And so tell me a little bit about your mom's nationality. She's German,
My German family's German all the way.
Right. And so the reason why I wanted to interview you is because you just have such an interesting background, first of all, and there's some things that you've been doing recently. Your background is in North American studies, right? And you have an emphasis in economics. And you are currently working as a flight attendant, right, for Lufthansa?
Yeah,
Lufthansa.
That's us.
So you fly globally, all over the world, right?
I do. I prefer the long distance flights. It's easier for me than the short distance. And I love to be in the States, so I take advantage of that.
Okay.
Get paid for being here.
Right,
I love it.
That's cool. So you're also a substitute teacher, right? So you're a flight attendant, a substitute teacher, and you're a humanitarian part-time, right? Yeah.
You call me that,
I
so
call
I
you
guess.
that. Well, how did you get into doing what you're doing right now? How does your family feel about you working as a flight attendant with the education and background that you have? And is it challenging for you to justify your current vocation with the education that you have?
My family, very supportive, whatever I want to do. They were probably a little thrown off that I want to do it, but they always knew I like to travel. So it made sense. I mean, I love to travel and I get paid for it. And the reason why I did it is because I wanted to save money for grad school and I guess for life in general. And I have a lot of free time to do my projects in Africa. So I can go to Africa for free, actually get paid for it while I do my projects and while I teach in Africa, which I don't get paid for. It's volunteer teaching, so I actually have to have a job. I can't go to school and do volunteer teaching. That would never work out because there would be no income. And the substitute teaching in Germany is, I guess, a part-time job. I love kids, but it's also a good way to, I guess young people would say, so my brain stays on fleek, because I have to always study for it. Because kids ask the most crazy questions, so I always study. You know that I don't, because with my job being a flight attendant, it's physically exhausting, but it doesn't really do anything for my knowledge. It doesn't stimulate my. For me, that's kind of.
You need that.
I need it. Yeah. I think I would get, I don't know, lazy if I don't stay studying and stuff.
So that's what led you to substitute teaching?
Yeah.
Okay. And then...
And the money, of course.
Okay. And flight attending? You just...
I love
traveling. Okay.
I don't do it for the job itself, but I do it for the traveling.
How did you start volunteering in Africa? You've been where? Cape Town
and Kenya, Nairobi, and Masai Mara.
Okay.
I love Africa, and you know, you see the videos of the African kids. It's not a joke. It is actually really bad over there. And the teachers there don't make any money. So there are not a lot of teachers that actually want to do the job for not getting paid. So it's actually very important that people come out from other countries and teach the kids, show them that they deserve this education, which they pay for.
Yeah, the kids have to pay for their education.
Yes, and a lot of times
the teachers
they can't.
don't get paid.
They get paid like, you know, it's like here, it's nothing. They don't really get paid, no.
But you don't get paid at all. It's totally volunteer.
Yeah,
okay.
I pay to be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is fascinating to me about not just that you go there and you volunteer your time and you teach these children that might not have the opportunity to learn, and you see that they have deficiencies, whether it might be physical needs being met or
it's heartbreaking.
You go to developing countries in Africa. Tell us a little bit about what your concerns were with some of the girls there and how you got into doing what you do.
Yeah. When I got there, I was assigned to the school. It's called Gladway's School. It's from grade 1. Actually, it starts with the little kids, so age 3. It's not a... If you think of a school, you cannot think of a school. It's not a building. It's metal sheets, like, put together. It's not a building. It doesn't have a ground, so it's not really a school as we think.
It's like outdoors.
Because Cape Town was a real school, but Kenya, I came there and I was like, okay, where's the school? Is this like storage room? No, that was the school. Okay, so I was teaching at the school, grade 1 to 8, and it's a lot of girls, and it's mostly girls, even the orphans, and there are not even bathrooms. It's just holes in the ground. Pretty much what got me, because you know me, I'm a cleanliness freak. So I was in the bathroom, the hole in the ground. It smelled terrible. It looks terrible. And I was thanking God with my whole life that I am not, you know.
On your menses?
Yes. And I was like, well, what do these girls do? Like, how do they do it? Because they have it every month. They can't say, oh, thank you, God, I don't have it. No, they have it every month. Right. So I was asking around, and they pretty much use old cloth and just, it's really, sorry, it's nasty in our view. For them, it's normal, but I tried to find a solution. I found a seamstress with the help of my Angel Mary. I call her Angel Mary because she has the orphans. She's watching them. And she had something like reusable pads. She already had made them before. So now I just ordered so many of them, and I started a GoFundMe for the girls, and I made a lot of money. And I keep ordering new reusable pads and like try to like give it to all the schools that my organization is taking care of. Yeah. And they say they love it, but
of course they do.
I have to try it myself. I have one back at home, and I'll try it myself.
Okay, so you're being humble here. You saved money. You got donations from people.
Yeah, actually, thank you for everyone who donated. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and then what else with the clothes? You went.
I had a really nice friend of me who gave me $500. It's like 50,000 Kenyan shillings, and every day after work or school, work, whatever, I went to the market and I got clothes for the kids because they don't have clothes. And if they have clothes, they have like huge holes in them. They don't have underwear. So I actually have to get underwear first for the girls to wear, the reusable pads, because it has buttons and you put it around your panties. But if you don't have panties, but every bag comes with 2 panties.
So you saved up all your money. You went and bought these children clothes. You had a seamstress
in Kenya. She's doing it.
Sew up these.
They look amazing, and they're the African colors. It looks awesome.
They just have to wash them and change, and so they have 2 that they can switch out.
They actually have 4, but they have 2 holders. It's like a holder where you put in a towel that you can wash. It's not kind of like a towel. It's like material that soaks up really well and that dries fast.
And were the kids really happy?
Yeah, I actually redesigned a classroom, the metal sheet hut, into like a shopping mall, and they could just take whatever they wanted. I didn't have shoes, but clothes were more important at that point anyway, because sometimes they just run without shoes.
Yeah.
There's no ground, so it's fine.
Can't believe this is finally happening. Oh my god, I put my heart in this. Most of these girls don't even have one pair of panties. No socks. If they have socks, it's huge holes in them. So I made it my mission to get everyone like a cute dress. Look at all these dresses. Like I would wear these. I handpicked every single item in here. And I'm so proud of it. It's so much nice stuff. Like, oh my god, all these shirts. Oh god, they're gonna be so excited. Look at them washing their hands now.
Yeah.
So, what makes you feel successful?
I felt successful when I saw the girls. They were so happy, and, or the kids. Even I have a video, and they were like, "Thank you, Teacher Sam."
They call you Teacher Sam.
Yeah, Teacher Sam. That's me. That's me.
So, have there been roadblocks or situations, conditions that have set you back, and how did you overcome them? Personal hurdles that you've had to face?
Oh yeah, I mean, look at me. You just said you don't look like a regular German, you know? It was childhood, it wasn't easy. It wasn't probably easy for you guys here either, but
I lived
Germany,
in Germany
you know,
for most of my childhood.
was it easy for you? But you was on the base. Were there black people a lot?
There was some mixed people, but yeah, of course, anytime.
But you had your black mom. That probably helped you.
Well, you're marginalized as a mixed person. There's not a lot of representation, you know, of your
Well, in
people.
Germany, I was very black. I was not mixed.
Right. And there was nobody else, right? So,
Not where I lived.
what were life-changing moments for you?
I told you about the situation with the lady.
Tell us about it.
I was like 4 or 5. I think that was the first time I realized I looked different. She came up to my mom and she said, "Oh, she's so cute. I always wanted to dress up a little nigger."
Oh my
Girl.
gosh. Had you ever heard that word before?
To that point, I don't think so. And if I did, I didn't realize it. But I realized in that moment, I must have heard it before because I knew what she was saying.
And it hurt you.
Yeah, of course. Because also my mom didn't know what.
Yeah.
What?
You didn't know how to react.
No,
probably, huh?
she didn't say anything. She was like,
In shock.
"Oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Did
was
you
weird.
experience things
People
like
are
that
weird."
Frequently?
Germany, that's just, it's not like it. You're not supposed to say the N-word anymore, but people still do it. Even if the first thing people call you when you get in a fight, and they really say like the baddest form of the N-word,
What is the baddest?
nigga.
Oh,
It's like
when
word,
a German
like
person says that.
nigga. It's like there's
it's
no
derogatory,
nice
right.
way to say it. You know how we say it in a loving way, black people to black, like it's like the opposite.
So
It's
you do consider yourself black because you know
100%.
a lot of Eritrean people do not consider themselves black.
oh really?
Yeah,
Oh.
because they're Semitic people, even though they're black skinned, they're of Semitic descent. So
Okay.
if you speak to a lot of Ethiopian or Eritrean people, Habesha people, they don't consider
They don't
themselves
see
black.
No,
So I think that's very
100%.
interesting. Yeah, and I always considered myself to be half black and white.
I actually get very not emotional, but I feel attacked when someone calls me white or mixed. Because
do.
people make me feel so black, and now all of a sudden, people gonna say, "Oh, you're not all the way black." So
you're-
no,
Oh, okay.
all my life I was like, okay, I guess I'm very black, and now they want to take it from me. What I identify
you
with,
identify
that
as.
doesn't work like
I
that,
understand.
and
Yeah.
I will get in a fight over it.
Really?
I mean, verbally,
Really? Okay. Okay.
but like verbally.
So on the show, we're going to be talking about implicit bias. What have you experienced with implicit bias? And you
I took the test.
you took the implicit bias test. And what did it show that you had a bias towards, a preference,
Strong preference towards black people.
right?
I love white people. My mom's white. My family's white.
You
But
sound like a white person saying, "I love black."
Is the bias going on?
Yes, that's funny. It's like the
my family's
person
white.
that
I don't
says,
want
"But my best friend is black." You know what I'm saying? That's what you sound like right now.
But
Okay.
just the way I grew up.
I understand.
The way I grew up.
So, okay, so I had you take the implicit bias test before, and it came
Yeah.
up that you preferred
White.
white people.
I don't
Which
remember
makes sense,
it, but-
though, when we're talking about implicit bias and seeing white people as right or good in media. That that's the primary
Yeah, that's what you see.
group that you see. So that makes
If it's
sense.
about black people, sometimes.
And then
it's
also,
negative.
there was a gender preference for women, and you have a great relationship with your mom, right?
Yes.
So it makes sense
best
that you would have a preference, or that you would be able to associate positive, nurturing words with white women, right? But so when you were a child, right, you came to the States and you met your cousins and all that. But then as a teenager, you came back. And would you say that would be one of your life-changing moments as well?
For sure.
Because
Yes.
up until that time, you had been only with white people for your
Felt
whole
like
life,
I
right?
belonged for the first time.
And then
That
you
was
meet
awesome.
us again as an
Yes.
older, person, and we have the same color. We
It
look,
was
and
awesome.
the girls, my daughters, Latrice and Leah,
Yeah.
they're same age as you,
Yep.
and then they take you around all their friends, and you meet all of these black people, right? So,
Yes. Fell in love every day.
so how did that feel though to you to be around people who look like you for the first time? That
It felt amazing.
Yeah?
It still does. Every time I come here, I get to the airport, I say, hi, hey.
how did that change your life? Well, obviously it changed your life in a lot of ways because your implicit bias test came up with a strong preference for black people. No, it's okay. It's okay. Everybody has biases.
I guess.
You just have to be accountable for
But it's like,
them. Yeah.
what, 13 years ago that I came here by myself for the first time?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a long time to always be around black people and learn.
Right. Uh-huh.
You said I changed my language
Well,
a little
yeah,
bit.
you speak Ebonics. yeah. Your dialect a lot of times is very black vernacular, which is okay. It's a dialect. And it's the way that you communicate with the people that you're around. Before you go, I know we have to rush off, and you got to get there right now, right? What is the primary differences that you've seen between Germany and here, socially, the people here and in Germany?
Okay, I have a good example. I call Germans coconuts, and I call Americans peaches. Germans are coconuts, Americans are peaches.
What does that mean?
Coconut is hard outside, soft inside. Peaches are soft outside, hard inside. You guys are very friendly in the beginning, but to get to the middle of, like, to your heart, ooh.
Oh, wow.
But coconuts, you're really hard from the outside, and you look mean, and you're very like this. But once you get through the outside, it's very soft on the inside,
Okay.
and then you stay in there forever.
What about the culture? Differences, major differences.
You guys love to waste. You don't see limits. Everything is unlimited here.
Do you remember
unlimited soda?
Right.
Is it still like that? Unlimited soda?
Yeah. Do you remember the first time that you went to the grocery store? Walmart.
Best time ever.
And it was in the middle of the night?
Yes, and Leah and I were dancing at night, and because there's a store at night after 8 and on Sundays and holidays. And you guys never stop working. You have 5 jobs at the same time.
And then my husband said that you couldn't believe how many different types of cereal and breads.
We have like 4 different kind of cereal.
Right. Okay. Last thing, difference between Germany and the States and the developing countries in Africa.
Different world. Everything's different.
Are the people different?
Very friendly, very loving. They have nothing, but they give everything.
Yeah.
And we have everything, but we give nothing.
Yeah. You know what? Even though we weren't raised around each other, there's so many similarities.
Oh, yeah.
And it's such an interesting thing. DNA, right?
Yeah.
And the way we talk with our hands.
I know, and I keep banging the table. She's like hitting me. Stop it.
Okay, so
I got it.
We're done. Thank you so much.
Wir sind bei Rhythm and Blues mit meiner tollen Cousine, Dr. Lisa Marie Jones. Und das war einfach super, oder?
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Mwah.